Hi everyone, it's Nicole here today for My Favorite Things, and today I'm sharing some ideas on repurposing My Favorite Things dynamics to create other images than what they are originally intended for to create this really cute bunny scene card. We're going to be taking pieces from the Cottontail Cutie, the insides of the ears, and creating carrots from them, as well as a tree branch to create the tops of the carrots and a tree topper to create our garden. Let's go ahead and assemble our Cottontail Cutie first. I'm going to assemble all the pieces so that I can set this aside to completely dry while I work on building the background scene for my card. The base of my bunny was die cut from a light gray cardstock, the insides of the ears from light pink, and then the little face or the muzzle on the bunny from an even lighter cardstock. The eyes are going to be black, and then the nose is pink. We'll be repurposing the bows from the My Favorite Things Kite Shaker Window and Frame. These make terrific hair bows, and they make our bunny into a cute little girl bunny. I'm even going to add eyelashes with a fine tip black pin. We'll take a white pin to add highlights to her eyes. I love that you can take these little bows from the Kite set and add hair bows to any die cut little critter like this. They're sized perfectly for the My Favorite Thing cuties. I assembled the belly part of the bunny as well to the body, and I'm going to let that dry. In addition, we're going to take glossy accents and add this to the nose so that the glossy accents is drying while we work on assembling the rest of the design. White highlights are going to be added to the bunny ears, the insides, the outside of the ears, and even the face. I'm going to take some Distress ink and spun sugar and apply it with a Dauber Duo to the cheeks of the bunny. This is going to pink them up a little bit and add even more to that feminine look and feel of this die cut critter. Once that's done, I'll take a white pen and add some white dot detail to the cheeks. To the center of the hair bows, I'm going to add a little dab of glue, and using a crystal katana, pick up some blue jewels in a tone similar to the cardstock and add those to the center for even more sparkle. Now we're ready to work on building our background scene. Starting with a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of smooth white cardstock, I'm going to apply squeezed lemonade distress ink to the background, concentrating the darker ink down near the bottom. I don't have to take the ink all the way to the bottom of the panel because I'll be covering that up with the tree topper that we're going to use as a bush or garden below. I'm going to use the Ray of Light stencil taped in place over my background and apply mustard seed distress ink over the stencil. I like to tape it down in place so it helps the stencil not move around so much as I'm applying the ink. And there is our sky background. I love this Ray of Light stencil. The tree topper from the interactive swing set it measures 4 inches wide, so that's why I trimmed down my background panel the same width. We're going to take some Mowed Lawn Distress ink and ink up the edge of our garden border with the ink to darken it just a little bit. I love that this can be a tree topper, it could be clouds, or you can use it for what we are today and create a garden theme. That works really well with our bunny. I'm going to put adhesive on the back of this and attach it to the bottom of my background. We can also go ahead and tuck our bunny in place now. I'm going to apply the body pretty straight and then tip the head at an angle. I think this gives fun personality to the little critters' heads when they're tipped slightly at an angle like this. While we are attaching the pieces, let's go ahead and glue the arms in place and the bunny's tail slightly behind the bunny's body. You can really position the arms any way you need to, especially if you want the bunny to be holding on to something or something of that nature. While this card will work great for the spring and Easter season, I did create it in a way and with sentiments so that it could be used at almost any time. Now's a great time to go ahead and finish adding embellishment with our white pen to match the face detailing that we've already done. I'm going to add white pen detail to the arms and the body and add lots of little white dots to the cottontail to give it more texture. We can also go ahead and attach our background to our white card base. We're going to have a great white border all the way around our card. I forgot to add some highlights to the bows, so I want to do that really quick before I move on to building our garden. That way the bows match the rest of the design of the card. The carrots were created using the inside of the bunny's ears. So the pink area on the bunny above, that is what I used to create the carrots, only die cut from orange cardstock. Because they're going to be tucked in to the garden here, or the interactive swing treetop that we've flipped around and used as a garden, you're never going to know that they're kind of stumpy there at the end and they don't come to a point. In addition to the insides of the ears from the Cottontail Cutie, we're using the tree branch dies to die cut light green cardstock, and then we're going to take those leaves and add 3 of them to each carrot. In the interactive swing die, it has all these great little cutouts, which are perfect for tucking in little carrots, or you could even put Easter eggs in those or something like that. If you wanted to do a more Easter themed type card, I think that would be fun as well. It's a great way to create a little garden scene. I trimmed down some of the carrots to help them fit inside a little bit better, especially because you can't see them and you don't know that they're trimmed down in size. I'm again using liquid adhesive and my tweezers to attach the toppers to my carrots. I'm making sure to attach the carrots at the top and over to the sides. Here are the pieces I used for the carrot itself and then the carrot toppers. I want to make sure that I leave the center part of my garden free and open for my sentiments. I'm then going to take my white pen and add white pen detail to the carrots and the carrot greenery, and that really blends in well with the rest of the design, plus it gives the carrots very much the look of being carrots. Little lines coming in from the sides and then highlights up at the top. For the sentiments for my card, I opted to die cut, or pardon me, stamp on the light green cardstock I used for the carrots. With the light pastel colors that I used for the rest of the card, I didn't feel like black cardstock sentiment strips would blend very well, and I thought white would kind of detract away from the scene itself. I opted to blend in my sentiments more than kind of be out there in the open. I wanted them to blend, so I stamped these with Versamark ink and heat embossed with white embossing powder before trimming these into thin strips. The light green of the cardstock is still going to show up, but it's really going to blend in and work with the rest of the card design very well. I'm going to take my trimmer then and trim these into those thin strips that we love to use on our cards. I'm going to trim down the ends as well. before attaching these to my card design. I like to use embellishments in odd numbers, and I still need to add a carrot or two to my card. I noticed that I hadn't added the last carrot, plus I had a few more leaves I needed to die cut. Let's go ahead and add those first. Because I know that one of my sentiment strips more than likely will cover up part of the carrot topper, I need to make sure I've adhered these before I add my strips with foam adhesive. Don't forget to take your white pen and add detail to anything that you've added last minute. Finishing details, especially on die cut cards, I feel like really take that die cut design up to the next level. I'm grabbing my foam adhesive strips now, and we are going to stack our sentiment strips one on top of another right over our garden border. The first phrase reads, "Hi, sweet friend," and the second phrase reads, "You make me happy." I love these sentiments because I think they work with many different card designs. Next, we just need to do a few finishing details, like trimming off the top of the ear so that the card fits easily into an envelope, adding our white highlight on top of the glossy accents on the nose that's now dry, and gluing in place a little heart accent on the chest of the bunny. I hope this video has inspired you to look at your dynamics differently and maybe repurpose them for other uses than what they were intended for. Thank you guys so much for joining me today, and we'll catch you next time.